Hey Winx Club fans, and welcome back to another episode of Winx Talk. This is basically a series which I started to talk about Winx Club or Winx Club related things like dolls and merchandise. So if you have anything you want to talk about, just write me down in the comments or on my Instagram and we're going to talk about this here. So this episode is going to be about Roxy, and I actually filmed it before, but I did not quite like how it turned out. So I'm going to refilm it now and I hope it's going to be better. So I know Roxy is kind of a fan's favorite and everybody loves her, and so therefore there are many opinions about her. For example, some people say that Roxy is a Winx, some people say she's not, some people say she's a Belivix fairy, some people don't. So I'm not want to talk about the Belivix part and want to address if she is a Belivix fairy or if she isn't a Belivix fairy. I'm not gonna clearly say yes she is a Belivix fairy or no she is not. I'm just gonna give you interpretation why she might be and why she would not be, so you can make up your own mind, and in the end you're gonna hear my opinion, what I think about all of that. So to start off, Belivix is the power the Winx gotten when Roxy started to believe in them. So at this point we have a difference between the Winx and between Roxy, because nobody actually believed directly in Roxy. She believed in herself, or she just wanted to become stronger, to become a fairy and then defend her family. Because in the situation she transformed into a fairy for the first time, her dog was attacked and therefore she wanted basically revenge. This kind of reminds of Bloom's Enchantix, where she just basically wanted to get stronger. So for now we're gonna look at her fairy transformation design. So we can see that she doesn't look like the Winx Club looked like in season 1 or 2, or like the Althea fairies look like. She has massive huge wings, she has a really detailed designed outfit. The only thing which is similar to Roxy and to the normal transformation is that her hair doesn't change. So we can now compare Roxy actually with the Belivix Winx Club transformation, but then we have differences as well. So Roxy's hair is, like I said, like in her human form, it doesn't look different at all. Then we have the wings, which are kind of similarity with having the spikes out of the wings design, and then we have big wings. But the difference between Roxy's and the Winx wings, Roxy's wings aren't that detailed. So now we're gonna look at Roxy and her fighting skills. Basically she can't use any special abilities or transformation which come towards Belivix like Lovix or Sofix, and she can't use any wings like Zoomix like the Winx Club can. So this might be because either Roxy is not a Belivix fairy, or this might be because Roxy just transformed into a fairy and that's basically the first time and she hasn't learned anything yet, so that is the reason why she as well can just use easy, not difficult abilities like beams and shields, and not like the Winx to learn how to be a fairy and how to fight in Althea for 3 years. So furthermore, just looking at the series, we have that most of the time Roxy doesn't transform underneath the Belivix songs like the Winx do. Sometimes she does, but not most of the time, especially when she transformed alone. There is no singing voice over the rhythm. The other thing is that Roxy always transformed after or before the Winx and not in between, basically like she's a part of the Winx or of that transformation. The thing as well which makes me think about is Roxy a Belivix fairy or not, is maybe Rainbow just did it this way so it doesn't look confusing, because all the Winx would have huge wings and they would like look really detailed, so that Roxy isn't forgotten about because she looks so normal. So that might be a reason why she looks like she looks. And another thing is that if she would look different from the Winx and would have like small wings, she wouldn't be that main character, or she wouldn't be like the main view like she's supposed to be in the season. Stepping away now from the series and going into advertisement and merchandise, we can see that there are Winx Club dolls underneath the topic Belivix. And this doll lineup includes 7 fairies and Roxy is one of them, and she's called Belivix in this line. So we can say it might be easier for advertisement to call Roxy as well a Belivix fairy. And then looking at comics, we have that Roxy shouts out Belivix with the other fairies. So this might be because she is a Belivix fairy, or this as well might just be because a comic is a small version. Instead of making 4 more pictures of her transforming alone or not with the Winx together, that would be more effort and that would expand the comic in a longer way, which is not meant to be. So of course I did a lot of research about this topic because there's already a lot of the internet. If you want to see some information I used to make this video, then just click in the info box below. And I found some information that actually people say that they know people from Rainbow who said that Roxy is a Belivix fairy. So I don't know how true that is, and I don't even want to think, because they say it's true, because Winx Club is not just from the makers of Winx Club, because Winx Club has a huge community, and so I think that the fans can decide as well if the series goes in that way or that direction. So now I'm going to bring up the most important and the most confusing maybe or fascinating point I'm going to make here, and this changed my mind as well. So basically Belivix is the power we have only on Earth, which came up because the Earthlings did not believe in fairies anymore. So maybe we can say that Belivix is actually the standard transformation on Earth for Earth fairies to make humans believe in fairies again, and no other planet or dimension got this transformation because they just did not need to. So basically it would be like how the monkey developed into a human. So we can say that maybe the normal transformation on Earth wasn't an evolution, so it came up with Belivix because that is what the fairies needed to survive. So basically we can say that the Belivix power is the normal transformation on Earth for all fairies, and the other fairies in other dimensions had this normal transformation. So maybe this explains why other fairies on Earth got so huge wings. And in my opinion, at first I did not quite believe that Roxy is a Belivix fairy, because it just did not make any sense why she would skip a normal fairy transformation, Charmix and Enchantix all at once, and then become suddenly a Belivix fairy. That did not make any sense for me. But now thinking about this might be a normal transformation on Earth, that would actually make sense to me, because that would basically be her basic transformation form, and it would also look different from the Winx transformation because they already have other forms in between there. So it makes sense that her hair isn't styled in a different way than the human form, etc. So I think that, yeah, Roxy is a Belivix fairy now, but I also think that Belivix is the normal fairy transformation on Earth because of the evolution of the fairy transformation which was needed to that time on planet Earth. So what do you think about this? I think this is super crazy and super complicated as well for a kids show. So if you have more information or more stuff about this topic you want to talk about, then please write me down in the comments, because I really love this topic and I enjoy talking about it. And I did not quite Roxy as a character at first, but thinking about this now and talking about this, I think this is really fun. So if you like this video, then just give me a thumbs up, and there's always gonna be a video on Friday, and so you might just want to click that subscribe button or follow me on Instagram, and have a fantastic day. Thank you so much for watching.